Good afternoon. I'm happy to take any questions. As you know, we just had a consultation of the Council where we agreed to advance the date of the monthly meeting on the Middle East from the 20th of October to the 14th of October.
There were reports, Mr. Ambassador, there were reports that President Obama himself and Secretary of State Madam Clinton exert pressures personally on President Abbas to ask to put off this discussions in Geneva. Is it correct? Can you confirm?
What I can tell you is what is well known, and that is that the co-sponsors of the resolution in Geneva, the Organization of Islamic Conferences, the Arab Group, the African Group, and the Non-Aligned Movement together asked the President of the Human Rights Council to postpone consideration of the draft resolution they were working on until March to give more time to work on this issue. That was what prompted the decision in Geneva.
There were any American pressures on this?
Excuse me?
Was there any discussion with those groups?
We have discussions all the time. We were negotiating, of course, on content and process and the best way forward, bearing in mind also what's best for the peace process.
Mr. Ambassador, at the time you repeatedly asked for stopping impunity, holding people responsible for their crimes. Why should there be an exception for the people in Gaza? Why not have an international investigation by a respected judge who will tell us whether war crimes are committed or not committed? Why do you oppose the
Well, that's an excellent idea. Maybe we should have a good mandate. We have a flawed mandate with the Goldstone report. We have conclusions that we and others take issue with. There are lots of questions about this, but the point is the right venue to discuss that is in Geneva in the Human Rights Council. The Human Rights Council, at the request of the co-sponsors, the OIC, the Arab Group, the African Group, and the Non-Aligned Movement, requested that this report be postponed to the next session in March. That's the appropriate place for this issue to be discussed. One at a time, sorry.
Will the United States consider the matter closed in the Security Council after next week's open debate without action, or if the Human Rights Council supports the future, since the report here, will be willing to engage again?
This issue is not before the Security Council. We've advanced the monthly debate on the Middle East from October 20th to October 14th.
Ambassador, how do you feel about the Sudanese ambassador's statement as head of the chair of the Arab Group that they want to operationalize the Goldstone report? In other words, implement the recommendations, including pertaining to the referral to the International Criminal Court.
I think the Sudanese ambassador has plenty of ways to demonstrate respect for the International Criminal Court with his own country.
The Palestinian ambassador was just saying that one of the things that they're considering is that both the Israeli authorities and the Palestinians in Gaza to conduct an inquiry of their own within 6 months under another impartial judge or authority. Do you support that particular thing that was suggested by the Palestinians?
As you know, that's one of the conclusions I believe he cited from the Goldstone report. The report needs to be discussed by the Human Rights Council, and decisions on what next steps and what is the appropriate disposition of this report are decisions that will be taken in Geneva.
Goldstone said that he had the mandate changed.
That is deferred.
He had the mandate changed before he would go ahead with it. Why does that not satisfy the U.S.?
It's a flawed mandate, and all you have to do is read it to see that it's one-sided. There was still, the mandate itself is a flawed, one-sided, unacceptable mandate.
And how would the discussions here, Mr. Ambassador, reflect on the peace talks preparing in Washington?
Well, of course, that's the first priority that we have. We've heard the description of the situation on the ground. And the reality is the situation will not improve for any parties, Israelis, Palestinians, or others, until you have peace. And for that, you need reconciliation among the Palestinians. You need peace process that's underway, and you don't need polemics, and you don't need politics to interfere with that.
Thank you. I'm sorry, just let me get the last question. Thank you. Ambassador, what is so wrong with bringing the issue to the Security Council in as far as having it exactly like the ambassador of Palestine said, translated, the document is translated, it is a place where you put the issue there. Why is this a problem? And I want you to say to people to say there is double standard when the United States says the issue of Iran could come to the Security Council, not exclusively at the IAEA, but when it comes to the issue of Palestine, it should not come here while it is at the Human Rights Council. There's a lot of accusations of double standard in terms of
Well, the issue of the Middle East, The issue of the Middle East is before the Security Council, and as I said, we meet monthly on it. We'll have this meeting now advanced from the 20th to the 14th to deal with all aspects of the Middle East. All delegations are free, as they always are each month, to raise whatever issue they think is pertinent to that issue. On the question of the Goldstone report, that is a report mandated by the Human Rights Council, a new body that needs to be allowed to do its work. The groups that I mentioned, the very sponsors of this resolution, asked that that resolution be deferred until March, until the next session. We are respecting the views of the competent body in the international organization structure that is the United Nations, the Human Rights Council, to do its work.
So what's the process?
Thank you very much.